what's up YouTube, NCG here, bringing you an unconventional DDD Predaplant deck profile. Now obviously, Predaplants came out of Fusion Forces, well, not officially came out, but they got more support in Fusion Forces, and they're starting to be used as a smaller engine for Fusion cards. Now obviously, the decks I personally feel do best with Predaplants, if you're mixing them as an engine, are those with level 8s, because then they can get into Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon very, very easily. So this was sent in to us by Joe Luss, and basically he created a DDD with Predaplant. Now the Predaplant engine is very minimal. It's about 5 cards in the main deck, and then it's about 3 cards in the extra deck. But because of the ability of DDDs where they can get level 8s out quite quickly, they can very nicely and very easily get into Starving Venom Dragon, Greedy Venom Dragon, and even Predaplant Chimera Flesia. So without further ado, I'm going to crack straight into the deck so you guys can kind of see how it works. So for DDD engine, triple Oblivion King Ragnarok, zoom in for you, triple DD Savant Kepler. Now you should all know what these cards do by now, so I'm not going to go through it all. Triple DD Lamia, triple Swell Slime and double Necro Slime, double Thomas, double Copernicus, and a single DD Orpheus. So that's it for the DD engine. Now on to the Predaplant engine. 3 Predaplant Clammies. So this one is basically your polymerization on field. So you normal summon this guy or get this guy out somehow. Monsters with Predaplant counters that you use as fusion materials are treated as dark. Now you don't have anything in the deck to put counters on, so it doesn't matter. During your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 dark fusion monster from your extra deck using this card on the field, and monsters from your hand, field, and or monsters with a Predator counter your opponent controls as fusion materials. You can only use the effect once per turn. So he is basically just your extra poly. Next up we play 1 Predaplant Saracen. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. After damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card on the field is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add 1 Predap card from your deck to your hand, except itself. Only use the effect once per turn. So this is your other way of searching out Clammy, and it also searches out the spell that we play in this card, which is this deck, which is the Predap Running. So it's basically like a Monster Reborn for Predaplants. Next up, Double Maxi, too strong in this meta. Simple, straightforward on that one. Now for the spells, triple Dark Contract with the Gate, double Pot of Desires. It's gone down in price. That's one plus thing, I suppose. Double Allure of Darkness. Your Predaplants are darks as well, so I'm pretty sure everything in the deck is dark apart from your Maxi. So you know you've got plenty of draw power. You can bump it up to 3 if you wish. Dark Contract with a Swamp King at 1. Foolish Burial. Now obviously this helps get some of your Predaplants in the grave for you to use your Predap Running to bring it back. 1 for 1 also helps special summon out, where is he? Your Predaplant to then be able to search during the end phase, but obviously it's a turn too slow. Or, I mean, it doesn't even need to be your opponent's card effect when it's sent to the graveyard. As long as you send it to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add 1 Predap card from your deck, so you can search it out if you can clear him off yourself. And then your 1 Predap Running, so it's basically, like I said before, Monster Reborn for Predaplants. Double D-Barra, too strong in this game, simple as. 1 Dark Contract with a Witch can really disrupt your opponent's plays and get your DDs engraved. And Vanity's Emptiness, again, very, very strong card in this game and meta. So now on to the extra deck. This is purely for fun. We're not saying this is going to be the next meta deck. We're not saying that this is going to be the new way to play DDDs. This is just for a bit of fun, because if you really want to get into this bad boy, Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon, this is one of the nice decks along with stuff like Dark Lords that can easily get into it. So it's a 1 Predaplant monster and 1 Dark monster whose original level is 8 or higher. Must first be fusion summoned. Once per turn you can target 1 face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. Change that target's attack to 0. Also, that target has its effects negated. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible. Then you can banish 1 level 8 or higher dark monster from your graveyard and special summon this card from your graveyard. So he revives himself by banishing level 8. So straight away you've got the material you used for him, you're banishing that to bring him back, and there's a dark hole. So if your opponent goes into battle phase, clears this guy off the board, you bring him back, dark hole the board. So obviously your opponent's not going to want to clear him off the board either way. But you dark hole the board and you're sitting with a 32 beater. and it doesn't say that it's once per turn. So as long as you've got more level 8 darks in your your graveyard, you just keep banishing and reviving Greedy Venom, so it'll always float. One Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Now obviously the whole deck is dark minus your Max C, so you can very easily get into this guy. Now obviously without a poly, you're going to be wanting to use the Predaplant monster, but obviously you can add poly into this deck if you wish. One Predaplant Chimera Ephlesia, one Predaplant monster, and one Dark monster. Once per turn, you target one monster on the field with a level less than or equal to this card. Banish it. When this card attack is declared involving this card, when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's card, so whether they're attacking you or you're attacking it, you can activate this effect until the end of this turn. That opponent's monster loses 1,000 attack, and this gains 1,000 attack. So it's a 2k back around swing. Once per turn during this next standby phase, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can add one poly spell or fusion spell card from your deck to your hand. So I mean, if you put poly on, this is going to search it for you. Next one, we're going into the standard DDD lineup. So you've got your DDD Dragonbane King Beowulf, DDD Oracle King Diark, double DD Flame King Genghis, your single DDD Gust King Alexander, your DDD Curse King Siegfried, and then obviously moving on to your Crystal Wing, your Clear Wing, your Cyframe Lord Omega, your Formula Synchron, and then your number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy, and DDD Duo Dawn King Kali Yuga. So yeah, this is, like I said before, it's purely for a bit of fun. If you've already got a DD deck and you want to be, you know, testing out, trying a few different ways around it, just pick up the Predaplant engine. The Predaplant engine is very, very cheap. I mean, so this is why I got them in red sleeves, so I can pick them out easy. Like a 50p to a pound, this card. Again, 50p to a pound. £1.25, I think, on eBay at the moment each. So that's very, very cheap. Now, the fusion cards, obviously Starving Venom has gone up a little bit, but you should, like, hopefully you would already have that by now. Your Greedy Venom, I think, is only about a tenner, and I don't think Chemoraphasia is that expensive either. I think it's only like a couple of quid. So, you know, pick them up, little small investment into the deck. It's a bit fun, and it kind of catches your opponent out sometimes. So, you know, it's always quite nice for when they're just like, whoa, what the hell's just happened? Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, see ya.